Welcome back, students, to our new session of maths, that is chapter 5, Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. We know that maths comprises of algebra, geometry, statistics, trigonometry, etc. So here we are going to deal with geometry. From the name you may think that it is a difficult chapter, but it is very easy chapter and only short answers are asked from this chapter, that is fill in the blanks, MCQ, true or false, etc. So let us start with this chapter. Try to recall your knowledge of lower classes. What are the names of these figures which you are seeing in the diagram? Yes, you are right. They are the geometrical figures. First one is rectangle, second one is triangle, and the last one is a circle. So this much you are knowing that these are the geometrical figures, but geometry is much more than this. So let us start with geometry. Geometry is seen in our day to day life. You can see the construction of the roads, the bridges, the construction of the buildings, etc. All these are based on geometry. Let us start with the word geometry itself. Geometry is a combination of two words, geo and metrin. Geo means earth and metrin means to measure. So we can say that geometry has been arrived from the need of measuring land. Now why the need of measuring land has been arrived? Let us see. It is believed that the knowledge of geometry was passed to Greeks from Egyptians. And how these Egyptians got the knowledge of geometry? It is believed that in ancient Egypt, every year river Nile used to get flooded, and the water of the river used to go to the areas of the people residing near the river. Now this used to create problem among the people because the boundaries of the areas occupied by them gets washed off. So people will not be able to know how much area is occupied by whom. So for this problem, they found out a solution by creating a system of measuring a land and redistributing the land after the river water gets removed off. And this way, the concepts of geometry were arrived. Another example that shows the use of geometry in ancient times is Indus Valley Civilization. Around 3000 BC. In Indus Valley Civilization, there were different types of rooms, well-planned roads, good drainage system, which shows that geometry has been used for making all this. Now let us start with the introduction of the chapter. The word geometry comes from Greek word geo means earth and metrin means to measure. A Greek mathematician Thales is credited with giving the first proof. So first proof related to geometry was given by mathematician Thales, and the proof was of the statement that a circle is bisected means divided into two equal parts by its diameter. Now see students, here I have given the points in the form of notes. Now the questions from this can be asked in any way, like it can be in the form of fill in the blanks, short answer, one word, multiple choice question, etc. For example, who was given the credit of giving the first proof, or dash is given the credit of giving the first proof. So from any statement, any kind of question can be formed. So make the notes of all the points which are mentioned over here. So the Thales is considered as the pioneer of geometry. Who is considered as the pioneer of geometry can be asked in one word. Or dash is the pioneer of geometry, or the four names of different mathematicians will be given and you are asked in multiple choice question that who is the pioneer of geometry. This way the questions can be asked from this chapter. Next, Pythagoras was the most popular student of the Thales. He and his group discovered many geometrical properties and developed theory of geometry to great extent. So till now, the use of geometry was there. There were concepts of geometry which are known to people. Theories were developed, but they were not have been compiled anywhere, means they have not collected anywhere. So at that time what Euclid did, Euclid was a teacher of mathematics at Alexandria in Egypt. He collected all the work and compiled them in a series called Elements. So the work of compiling all the concepts of geometry was done by Euclid. and his compilation is called Elements. Now he divided this elements in 13 chapters, and each chapter is called a book. So the compilation of Euclid is named as Elements, and in these elements there are total 13 chapters, and each chapter is known as a book. The elements greatly influenced the world's notion of geometry for years to come. So let us see Euclid's definitions, axioms, and postulates given in these elements in detail. Geometrical notion of a solid objects are given by Euclid as a solid has a shape, size, position, and can be moved from one place to another place. The boundaries of solid are called surfaces, and they separate one part of a space from another part and are said to have no thickness. The boundaries of surfaces are either curves or the straight lines, and this lines ends in a point. So there are three steps from solid to point: solid to surface, surface to line, and line to point. In each step, one extension is lost, that is, one dimension is lost. Let us try to understand it. Consider a cuboid. Your lunch box, matchbox which you are using in your house, compass box, all these are the examples of a cuboid. They are solid, right? So cuboid is a solid, and it has three dimensions, that is length, breadth, and height. Here if we consider this cuboid, we can say that AB is the length, AD is the breadth, and AE is the height of this cuboid. So here we can see that a cuboid is a solid, and it is having three dimensions, that is length, breadth, and height. But if we consider only one surface of this cuboid, say A, B, C, D, then you can see that it is having only two dimensions, that is length and breadth. So as we moved from solid to surface, that is from cuboid to a surface of a cuboid, you can see that one dimension is lost, that is thickness is lost. Now just consider only one side of this surface, that is CD. If you just consider the one side of this surface CD, you can see that it is a line segment and it has only one dimension, that is length. So when we moved from surface to a line or a line segment, one dimension is lost, that is either length or breadth is lost, and it is having only one dimension, that is length. Now this line segment ends at point. So a point is not having any dimension. So as we move from line segment to a point, again a dimension is lost. And this was mentioned in the Elements of Euclid. Or more precisely, we can say that it was explained in the Elements of Euclid. So a solid has three dimensions, a surface has two dimensions, a line has one dimension, and a point has no dimension. He summarized these statements as definitions, means these statements were called as definitions in the Elements. There are 23 such definitions in book 1 of the Element. Starting with his definition, Euclid assumed certain properties which were not to be proved, and we will study about these properties in detail in next lecture. We conclude this lecture for now. In this lecture, we studied that geometry is not only used nowadays, but it is used from ancient times also. We studied about Euclid, the element, his compilation, and the chapters in his compilation called books, and the concept about surface, solid, point, and line in this lecture. Many short answers can be formed from these topics which we studied. Try to make as many as you can for your preparation.